There once was a little boy named Elon, who was scared of the dark. But one day he learned that darkness is just the absence of photons. And wasn't it silly to be afraid of a lack of photons? So he wasn't afraid of it anymore. When he discovered the works of sci-fi legends, he even came to embrace the darkness of space, dreaming of a humanity gaining its place not beneath the stars, but among them. Years later, a little silver, ungainly-looking bucket on 3 legs carried the burden of that dream. Starhopper was its name, and hop it did. A seemingly minuscule 150 meters into the air, but still it made the first step in a lineage that would lead directly to the stars. Under its watchful eye, many more would follow, and as the Nerdle once said it, "All hail King Hoppy! All starships must present themselves to prove their worthiness." Some failed and crumbled. Some draw a blazing trail into the sky and died a fiery death. Others rose up into the heavens and to fame. A litany of firsts followed. First orbit, first refueling, first moon orbit, first moon landing, first fully for Mars, first landing on Mars, and finally what we've all waited for so long, first man on Mars. But other more domestic firsts as well. A wedding in space, a full orchestra concert from space, and the first privately owned starship. And some nostalgic ones too. Like 100-year-old Buzz Aldrin returning to the moon on a starship. He may have been only the second man to walk on the moon, but certainly was the first 100-year-old to do so again. Or placing a golden copy of the famous Pink Floyd album at the first landing spot on the dark side of the moon. Development went on. The 18-meter wide Starship, the star-clustered Starship, a turning formation of connected starships producing artificial gravity, Starship refueling stations, regular flights to the moon, a fleet building the Mars colony, flight to the asteroid belt, commercial missions to the belt, harvesting resources, hauling asteroids back to Earth by giving them a nudge for trajectory into Earth orbit, where they were broken up in orbital factories. By now, completely new designs from a multitude of manufacturers have risen since and enabled mankind to spread further throughout the solar system. But even decades later, many iterations of the Starship were still the backbone of many enterprises. Mankind's workhorse in space. Outphased starships went into private hands and laid grounds for startups and small family businesses in space. Starships can be found as far out as Saturn, and even today, 100 years from that first tiny jump of King Hoppy, there are still active starships to be found throughout the solar system, lovingly being taken care of by their owners, sometimes in their 3rd generation, continuing the legacy of the trailblazing forebearers, forging a path for humanity into space. And what about little Elon? Did he sob when the first manned starship landed on Mars, achieving his lifelong goal? Did he stop when he himself set foot on the first colony on the Red Planet on his 66th birthday? No, of course he didn't. He kept on moving forward, pushing the boundaries of what humankind could achieve. Further and further yet. Well in his 90s, his ongoing drive led us to go and live beyond Mars, colonizing the moons of Jupiter and Saturn. And even when the day came that Elon parted for another world far beyond the human realm, his remains were put on one of his trusted starships and set on a course out of the solar system to be the first human leaving it. Like the kings of old enduring the eons in their pyramids, he himself now roams the sky for eternity in the vehicle that conquered space for all of humanity, becoming his eternal temple among the stars. Though maybe not a saint as some now come to believe, but a visionary for sure. Maybe only a mere man, but whose hopes, dreams and hard work rose with that shiny metal body beyond that blue sky into the dark starlit realm of space. That steel arrow carrying a vision of humanity's future from one man into a whole generation and beyond. A light bearer that remains a shining beacon in the history of space exploration. A milestone so understatedly simple but equally truthful, called Starship. Humanity's chariot to the stars.